Hey, Kaz.
Hello, my gorgeous Ma. How are you today?
I'm good. Hey, Jess, Elisa Casada. Oh, look,
Hey,
our
my
Kaz is in the
lovelies.
chat.
I am. I could be two places at once. Aren't I clever?
Well, guys, before we get into Christina Powell, which this one to me is very strange. I kind of had the Heidi Plank feel on this one, but we did try to make a welfare check call last night, but the police,
Oh, this was crazy, guys.
I mean, you can't make this up. We called to make a call to the first police department, and they told us that we needed more information and that she wasn't listed as a missing person. So then they transferred us to another police department where they couldn't find her. And after 20 minutes of Kaz and I, like, what do you mean you can't find her? She's missing from your city and you can't
We're
find
talking
her?
about Michelle at the moment, guys.
So they said, well, we need to have her date of birth. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, she's missing. She went missing on the 29th. Michelle Bernstein Schultz, December 1985. Well, I mean, I can't give you much more. And nobody knew who she was. So then they tell me that I have to have the case number. But then tell them what they told us that we should probably do is the family. I couldn't believe my ears last night.
Yeah, it was shocking. It really was. I mean, I'm sitting here
Leslie,
absolutely.
Leslie, you're not kidding. That Yeah, we tried. They told us to call the family and tell them to drive by and do a welfare check. I thought to myself, what? Then I spent 20 minutes getting the number, and Kaz is on the phone listening to all of this. I called back the other police department with the number, and then they tell me, we don't want the number. We want the day that she was born, or we can't find her. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done until I can call Monday and speak to like somebody who like has a brain cell.
She didn't say that to the police, though. She
No, I
just
did
said
not
it to
say that.
herself. Yeah,
But
but
could you imagine?
it was crazy that they were more concerned of about her date of birth than it was about them going and doing a health check. I mean, and they said, well, go and get a family member to go and do a health check. We prefer a family member go and doing a health check rather than the police anyway.
And they kept questioning me before because Kaz wasn't on the first time I was dealing with it. They kept questioning me, well, how do you know she's there? How do you know she's there? I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know for a fact that she's there, but maybe if she's missing and she needs to be found, maybe we should do a welfare drive-by check. Well, we don't have her listed as a missing person or there's no thing against her. So
It's
I was
crazy.
like, what?
It was crazy,
It
guys.
was absolutely
Absolutely
insanity. They
crazy.
need to fix their system.
Yeah, one county certainly doesn't talk to another county. All their systems are not interactive, which is ludicrous.
They told us that we had to call over to the Phoenix Police Department to get them to get the okay to go and do a welfare check. I thought this is ludicrous.
Mhm. Crazy, crazy.
So, have you girls, any guys might be listening, Mr. Bang Bang, have you guys heard of Christina Powell? Leslie, it
She's
was crazy. Hey, baby cakes. She is actually near the Lena area.
yeah, not far from Castle Hill.
We'll show you on the maps. This one's interesting. I mean, we are trying to figure more. Kaz and I were going to kind of dig a little and then put some out there. But I'm not sure what to think about this. I kind of have a Heidi Plank feeling going on.
It is intriguing. This is for sure. But we like intriguing, don't we, darling?
Yes, we do. Have you heard of her, Christina Powell? Let's go watch a quick video on her for the ones who do not know who she is. So I guess the story goes, we're going to get into this interesting blog. She has two kids, and then she's got two ex husbands, but then there's a boyfriend that is the father of her 3 year old Kaz.
Correct.
And since nobody's putting his name out there, we're gonna just let see how things go. Or should we expose him? I'm only
Oh,
kidding.
you're a shocker.
Okay, so this was her leaving to go to work. She was a part-time temp at a law firm, and then they liked her so much, and she was like never called in. She was a great worker, smart, kind. They gave her a full-time position, which she was supposed to start the day that she disappeared. And we'll
Mm-hmm.
go over the timeline that we know. But she woke up, the law office called her, "Hey, where are you? Everything okay?" She's like, "Oh, I overslept. I'm leaving now." And then this is her leaving to go to work, and she was never seen again. And there she goes. And also, the funny thing, well, not funny, but the weird thing is that she left her cell phone, her smartwatch, and her meds. She has sickle cell, and she left
Mm.
her phone in the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice area that she lives in, Leslie.
She lives with her mom, and she also has a 12-year-old. But also, too, is her 3 year old. Let's go ahead and pull up that. You want to pull that up, Kaz, with your beautiful accent?
The
I'm going to
blog?
pull it up on my side, too, yeah.
Sure.
The first one on the medium, it should be the second
Yeah.
link. Yeah.
Oh, the second link?
Yeah, medium.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Un momento.
So 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 she has a 3 year old, and she has two ex-husbands and a boyfriend that is the father of the 3 year old. And a year ago on July 3rd, he took custody of the kid. So the 4th of July was a hard time for her. And supposedly they had an argument in text message. Well, we'll go over the timeline. The day before she went missing. But you know what the police are saying? He's cooperating, and he's not a suspect, and you know what they always tell us. Now, listen, if you hear me slap something, guys, I swear I'm not slapping any animals, but I have this little crazy bug flying around, and if I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna have to get him because he's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
So if you hear me slap something, I'm not slapping myself.
No, she's not. Okay. Now she goes by Chrissy rather than Chris.
Oh wait, not this one, Kazaboo. That's the second
Ah.
one with the daddy.
Oh, okay. So you want the first one then?
Yeah, it says
Yeah, I've got it.
what we know. Yeah,
I've got it.
and then we'll get into daddy.
Okay.
So she was married twice. She has a 12-year-old. She lives at her mom's house, who is all over social media. So by me saying her name as Claudia, we're going to show you her page as well in her post. It's not a secret. And the 12-year-old also lives with them. The 3 year old
Mm-hmm.
is now living with the ex-boyfriend. But they also supposedly had a nice weekend together, and then the next day they were fighting in text messages, and then boom, she's gone. Cell phone in the bathroom, smartwatch and medicine somewhere else in the house.
Yeah. Okay.
Never seen again.
No.
Yes,
You right
baby
for me
cakes.
to go? You right for me to go?
I'm good.
All right. Christina Powell, or commonly known as Chrissy, update. Missing Texas mothers say Chrissy Lee has gone missing before. July 4th, is a hard time for Chrissy, since that's the date her boyfriend took their 3-year-old son away to live with him in 2021.
But let me say something interesting that we found out about her name. So she goes by Christina Powell.
Yes,
Her first husband was Powell. Then she married an Ortiz.
right,
Then she got divorced. But instead
right,
of going back to her Mobley maiden name, she goes back to the first husband as Powell. That
yeah.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around. Hey, Nay.
Mm-mm.
Nay, Nay. Okay. I'm in a weird mood tonight, guys, so let me. Because Kaz, okay. Kaz and my, okay,
Man.
boyfriend, yeah, my
Mm.
boyfriend, my real life boyfriend, not the one that lives in the computer, are now Facebook friends. Like I am still trying to adjust to the fact that she brought him into the Discord. Oh, I can't even deal with this woman tonight. Okay.
All right. New updates about mother of two, Christina Powell, who left for work in a hurry on July 5th, 2022. There is a new article by Stephanie Pagonis, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, of Fox News, and Casey Stegall, which sheds more light on why Christina Lee Powell may have disappeared from her Texas home on July 5th, 2022.
Okay. Pause one sec, Kaz. Leslie said, did she have children with Pal? That may be why. Well, that could be the 12-year-old. We're not
Yes,
sure of
yeah.
that situation, but I don't know. It's just kind of weird that you're a Mobley, then you're a Pal. Well, I mean, the children could be a reason why. I don't know. It's just kind of it was weird to me. It was weird to me.
Okay. Chrissy has been married twice, but according to her mum, she doesn't speak with either of her ex husbands. Instead, the previously married mother of two boys might be experiencing a mental health crisis due to the personal loss that the Independence Day holiday represents. Claudia Mobley is Chrissy's mum, and she told Fox News Digital that Chrissy didn't do much during the most recent July 4th holiday. That's because Monday, July 4th, 2022, represented the sad 1 year anniversary that Chrissy's 3-year-old son started living with his dad instead of his mum, the now missing 39-year-old.
And as far as Kaz and I have looked, we haven't really like I had a lot going on today because I am actually going to have real power tomorrow. Like I am going to take a sledgehammer tomorrow and I am going to bash this generator and sell it for metal. I'm only kidding. But we were not sure if he literally just like left with the child and because we kind of scratched the surface as far as going into the courts, but we haven't really looked to think like, and we all know it takes a lot unless maybe she felt that she was not able to take care of her child for she seems like she's got her stuff together. She's a good worker, kind
Mhm.
heart, and a year ago he walks out with the child. So we're trying to see if we can find a court date or a court hearing. So far we haven't found anything, so we're not even sure if that went to court at all.
Hi, GB.
Hey GB.
Okay, we didn't do anything because a year ago, July 4th, was when her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend walked out and took the baby. So it was kind of a bad anniversary. Was Chrissy grieving the loss of a son on her way to work? As more details began to leak out about the potential state of mind of Chrissy on the day she disappeared, a fuller figure emerges of what the missing mum may have been enduring. Although Claudia doesn't explain why Chrissy's ex-boyfriend took their 3-year-old son away to live with him, she does paint an image of a desperate mum dealing with a contentious relationship with her child's father, who argued over text message with Chrissy the day before her disappearance. Claudia said of Chrissy's ex, He wanted them to be a family unit again, and he was blaming her for them not being together anymore.
Beep. We need to come up with a code so when I want you to pause or you want me to pause, we can be like, or la, 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 la. Okay, so that right there kind of stood out to me. And, I don't really have any feeling of this, but I'm kind of, it doesn't kind of take a rocket scientist to figure out where this is probably unfortunately going. But that is the most bizarre statement.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what, Leslie P? That is a damn good question. I don't think
Well,
they've mentioned the car.
they've mentioned the make, model, and the registration plates.
Yes, but have they found the car since she drove away in it? And no, they haven't because it's a Nissan. It's a Nissan.
It's a
We'll get
black.
into that. And it
Yeah.
doesn't have tracking in the car.
No, it doesn't.
That was something she did an upgrade. But read that part again. What the boyfriend said that took the kid. It's almost like you walk out with the kid, so you don't want to be in the relationship, and somehow you manage to get the kid in your custody over the woman. And then read that again to me. Claudia said,
Claudia said of Chrissy's ex, he wanted them to be a family unit again, and he was blaming Chrissy for them not being together anymore.
okay, this is the same person that she had a great weekend with, which we're going to get into, you'll see in a moment. And then the next day, they were fighting on the text messages. And the day after that, she never made it to the first day of her full time job at the attorney's office. Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Okay.
Police,
Baby Cake says it's a 2020 Nissan Rogue. Yes.
yes, and it's black, correct.
And I haven't heard that it's been found. Just that it
No,
has no tracking device involved with it. She didn't get
correct.
the upgrade for that, I think her mom said.
Yeah, she didn't pay for the upgrade, that's correct. Police claim Chrissy's ex boyfriend is absolutely cooperating and is clearly not a person of interest. While Claudia says that he and Chrissy had a wonderful visit on Saturday, San, San Antonio police have nothing solid and no further updates as of this writing about the missing 5'2" inch, 120-pound missing mum.
Okay, Kaz, 1 second. What day was she reported missing? We're going to get into this because
Well,
the mom is,
yes,
they really didn't get right onto it. But what was the, I'm trying to figure out the exact date of this Saturday that they're speaking of.
well, it does go into it later on. It gives
Okay.
an explanation. Um,
Hey, Junie.
hey, a full
Junie.
she's singing full-time new paralegal job, but parental turmoil. Chrissy had a lot to look forward to in her new professional life. A paralegal at Sanchez and Wilson Attorneys at Law, professional limited liability company located at West Interstate 10 in San Antonio, Texas. Chrissy made a great impression in the short time she worked at the law firm. Mark Sanchez said Chrissy started working at the law firm temporarily on June 27th and performed so well, managers extended her a full time position on Friday, July 1st. He said, we were impressed with her punctuality and hard work and extended her a full time offer of employment, actually on Friday, July 1st, the weekend before she disappeared. She was elated and accepted a job offer on the spot. Mr. Sanchez?
So the week, okay, so wait. So he says July 1st, right, was the weekend before she disappeared.
On the Friday, yeah.
So
The week,
the Saturday in question on the date that I want is the 9th, July 9th, was the Saturday that she spent with the boyfriend. Okay.
no, no, can't be July 9th, sweetheart, because it was before July 4th, long weekend. It would be in June.
the weekend before. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay, so that was the Saturday, so it would have been the 25th.
Yeah,
Nope, or it could have been the second.
yeah.
Okay,
All right. Attorney Sanchez said Chrissy was both punctual and hardworking and showed herself to be bright and personable. That's why co-workers found it strange that Chrissy didn't show up on time for work on the morning of July 5th. She never came to work during that short time in any capacity other than wanting to work and being prepared for work. We wouldn't have offered her a full-time position if we weren't satisfied that she was demonstrating those basic workplace values that we expect, such as punctuality, hard work, attention to detail. Despite reports, now this is good because this clarifies some misrepresented reports that are floating out there. Despite reports that Chrissy called into work to let her supervisor know that she was running late, Sanchez says that a female co-worker called Chrissy that morning. The woman told Sanchez that Chrissy answered and she said she was running late due to oversleeping.
okay. Let me say something here. What I kind of think. Okay. So let's just play devil's advocate, and let's just say that she's fighting with the baby's father, and he's mad because she doesn't want to be a family unit, but she spent the weekend with him and tells mom they had it was a good visit. But what if the reason why she got out of the house so fast and on the way to work, like how would you be in a panic mode to where you oversleep, you're not calling your job, you're not, even focused of what's going on. Maybe he was saying something happened to the child to make her like, I don't know, it's just like a ploy to get her to him using the child as bait. Maybe something happened to him, or who knows. Just to be that discombobulated because I forget my phone plenty of times. I would leave my damn head off if once in a while. But when I do forget my phone and I get in my car and reverse it and go to put it in the holder and put it on the charger, I know when I don't have my phone and I'm going back.
Yeah,
Some don't, some do. Not yet, Jess. Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Everything is done. The power's up. The meter's in. The inspection is passed. All we're waiting for tomorrow is the bucket truck to show up. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait. But the big thing is that the apartment's coming up soon. We are
yeah,
like second. Yeah, we're
that'll
second
turn
to the
up next.
second to the waiting list, getting into the apartment. Yep. Oh, I can't wait. Be living in Bar Harbor, Ellsworth area. Yeah, I know. I just doxed myself. I don't care. Okay, so this is the attorney that she was working with,
Yeah,
and we're going to show you guys a Google map of exactly where she left her house and where she was going to go to work in that time. And then Kaz and I, of course, we had to go look and see about the creepers in the area, and there were a couple that definitely were a little strange and could definitely fit a weird stalking criteria.
it certainly was.
But I'm
So,
going to put my money right now that the baby daddy is not happy about not having a family unit.
yeah, well, he's already said that to her, and they would have gone through her phone by now, I would imagine. All right, so we played the
It
scenario.
takes up to 90 days. It could take up to 90 days to get that information out of her phone.
Yeah, but the phone's at home, so they can scroll through the
Oh,
messages.
if they can break the password, you're correct.
Mm. Okay, so the co-workers rung her. She said she's running late. She said she's on her way, but 2 hours later, Chrissy still hasn't arrived at work. So that co-worker drove to Chrissy's house to check on her, since she felt something was wrong with this situation because this was totally out of character. And when
and
she got there,
whatever it was, she knew that that her boss called her. She knew it was a new job. She was excited about it. It was a full-time opportunity. She was probably making good money. What would have brought her frantically out of the house with no phone? There was something else that was definitely
Playing
consuming
on her
her
mind.
brain that day.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, she has sickle cell and she left her medication. She left the smartwatch. I mean, I know you said about you leaving your cell phone around and leaving it at home and not turning it around, but your smartwatch is always on your wrist, Kaz. Every time we're on cam,
yeah,
regardless, I see your smartwatch on your arm.
yeah. True,
So,
true.
what are you
All
guys
right.
thinking out there about um the like so far from what you heard? What do you got? Where are your guys' little spidey senses going to? You think it was like a weird creeper stalking her and just took her? You think like maybe it's the I'm gonna take you and make you a family unit. Oh, wait a minute. Like,
Because what I'm about to tell them might sway them a little bit one way or another. We'll see.
okay, okay. Let me get the duct tape back on my big lips.
All right. So,
Hey,
Chrissy
wait
has.
a second. Beep. Do you guys think if Cass could slap me through the camera a couple times, she would? Put a
Why
one
would
in
you
the
say
chat
that?
if you think if Cass could actually reach out and slap me once in a while, that she would. Oh
No,
God, okay.
I'm too passive.
They've always got to be on your side. I bet
Mhm.
if I said how many people put a one in the chat if you think I would slap Kaz, no, I would never. I would never slap my elder.
Oh, thanks. Now she's called me old.
I'm gonna
Good on you.
hide.
Yeah,
I didn't.
hide,
I
woman.
didn't call you old.
Don't make me come on camera.
Hey, Pamela Smith. Let me see what Pamela says. Let's see what's going on in here because we did ask a question. No, never. No, Kaz. Oh, Kazzy, you got Junie so fooled. If she did get a call that her son was in danger, then why would she tell work? That's a good point.
Exactly.
We've said that too.
Mm,
But
exactly.
what? Okay, so you're late for work. I mean, unless she had a good night the night before with the father. And do you think that she actually slept through until the work called her? I mean, that could be another scenario,
Yeah.
but we don't know, so we can't really speculate. But to walk out and even not get in your car and look at your watch, like I don't know. I wear a watch, and if I'm at work and I'm behind the chair and I go to look at my watch and it's not there, like I'm just naked. Like I'm naked.
Yeah, my watch never comes off my wrist and until I go in for a shower and then it goes once I come out of the shower it goes back on again.
Elisa Casada said she's dying. She would slap me, wouldn't she, Elisa? She would probably slap the taste right out of my mouth. Okay, let's go.
Oh, don't make me come on camera, woman. Okay, here we go. Chrissy has gone missing before. It's not the first time Chrissy has gone missing, according to her mum. It was 4 or 5 years ago in 2017 or 2018 when Chrissy disappeared for days. Back then, Claudia threatened to call the cops when she spoke with Chrissy's then boyfriend, but never called them. It's not clear if this ex boyfriend is the same guy who fathered her 3-year-old son. Now, that's an interesting tidbit
Yeah,
of
did you guys
information.
did you catch that? So
I'll
I
read
mean,
it again. I'll read it again.
okay, shut up, monkey bar.
All right,
I saw a squirrel. I'm only
here
kidding.
we go. I'm coming on
Oh
camera
shit.
now.
Oh god, I'm hiding, guys. Don't make me stand up and go get my camera and plug it in because don't make me moon you. I'm gonna porn my own channel. I love Jess. Look at what Jess just said. She'd slap the electricity out of your house.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, I am so hiding underneath the chair right now. The
All right,
Brady Bunch. Dun, 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 dun.
be quiet,
Okay.
please, Ma. Thank you. It says this. is not the first time Chrissy's gone missing, according to her mum. It was 4 or 5 years ago, back in 2017 or 2018, when Chrissy disappeared for days. When she disappeared, her mum threatened to call the cops when she spoke with Chrissy's then boyfriend, but she didn't end up calling them. But it's unclear if this is the same ex-boyfriend that fathered her 3-year-old son. Hey, Jen H.
Yeah, that is hey Gen H. That's weird. That is definitely a weird statement.
Mm.
But I
Now,
also believe that she kind of clarifies it later into a few things that she kind of knew that but even though she was missing, she kind of knew that she was with the boyfriend and she was making the threats to call the police.
yeah, no, what? Not the first time, exactly. Now, this is another one. This is a
No, Nay.
scenario.
No, Nay. This is not the first time she's gone missing, but the other time the mom kind of figured it was with the boyfriend. She was going to call the police, but I do not think it was this long.
No. Okay. Now, one wonders if Chrissy was so distraught and mad at herself for oversleeping on the essentially the first day of a new permanent job at the law firm that instead of driving to the office, perhaps she kept driving northward. Now, this is a scenario put forward by this blogger.
Yes.
Does
Yes.
this account for reports of Chrissy allegedly being spotted in Kerrville, Texas, about a 1 hour drive north of her home, or are those false leads? And I think I did read that those have been knocked on the head, that it wasn't actually her. Did Chrissy decide to leave her 12-year-old son at home with her mum, a boy whose dad Chrissy was previously married to but doesn't speak with at all, per her mum? Was Chrissy in despair over the notion that her 3-year-old son lived with her ex-boyfriend?
Mm-mm.
Despite disappearing years ago, Chrissy hasn't gone missing this long in the past, and family members don't think she would abandon her children.
I agree.
Back then, Claudia knew Chrissy was with her boyfriend. In 2022, this
Exactly.
doesn't sound like the same case.
Yeah. So see, at the time she disappeared the first time and took off, they knew that who she was with. Like she was
Yes.
with the boyfriend, and the mom was worried, and she was going to call the police. But obviously, she didn't call the police because she knew where she was. And I mean, what mother is going to think that the person that your daughter is with is going to like hurt your child? Like you just, I mean, don't even think about that. It would
Mm.
kind of be like saying like, rest in heaven, Bella, Cece, Shanann, Nico. But like, would do you think Shanann's mother ever in a million years after meeting Chris thought that he was going to kill the entire family?
No, no, not at all. And this is another scenario that the blogger says. Was Chrissy too ashamed to return home after leaving her iPhone, medication, and Apple Watch behind? Did she expect her story to go viral? Due to Chrissy's past disappearance, did the police assume she would turn up again? Is that why there was a delay in reporting her as a missing person? Or did
I'm
she
not.
sadly drive her Nissan Rogue off to a tragic fate? Did she meet with foul play along the way? Did Chrissy think her 3-year-old son would be better off with his dad, and her 12-year-old son left safely in the care of a 70-year-old mother? Well, I don't think that would be in the head. She'd have to have a major break, and I don't think that would be it. Now, this is a good point. Chrissy hasn't spent any money from her bank account, according to family members who were able to view her account activity on her phone. Well, that answers that, Ma. They can get into her phone. If they can view her
Okay.
bank account activity, they can open her phone. However, Chrissy's credit card activity is unknown. Police told Claudia that Chrissy's SUV has no tracking device in her car. So that's the end of that one. Yes, unfortunately, Pamela Smith, mothers do unfortunately leave their kids behind. But it just seems extraordinarily
Sorry,
strange.
I was leaving Jim Wayne a message real quick.
Ah, okay. It just seems so extraordinarily strange that this all stems from
I
having.
want to say one thing real quick, Cass, before I forget.
Okay.
The reason, the thing of it that doesn't sit well with me of any of the speculation of what the blog lady said, I mean, she had good points. And some people could do that. She could have done it. I don't know what she did. I am not a psychic. Hey, hang on, guys. Here comes the original monkey. I'm not a psychic. But after having a really nice weekend with him and then having that argument and then the year with the, I mean, it doesn't make sense. I get you're sad that you lost your son, but you had a really nice weekend with that person that took your son and then an
And her son.
argument and then you're missing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that she needed time to go think or obviously he wanted her to be in the unit. I don't know why that bothers me. Like, shoot, I want her to be a family unit.
Yeah,
It just
that's a
sounds
bit
so
cold.
cold and metally and like go in the dungeon and be a mother and be a family and dinner on like 6:30 and just weird. But
Yeah,
also a
for a
mentality that he
Stepford
sounds like
wife.
he would be a little younger than her. But I don't know how old he is.
Pamela, she actually left her iPhone sitting in the bathroom on the countertop. So that is something somebody's rushing to get ready and left the phone, as my husband did this morning. He was in a rush this morning and he's left his phone on the
Yes.
counter.
But he is a man. This is a woman that's a paralegal. She's got a 12-year-old. She's got a mom. She has a 3-year-old. Obviously, she was talking to the baby's father because they had a nice weekend together and then they had an argument.
Yeah,
But what would it be? What would it be if you were just honestly going to hang on one second, guys? Let me say goodnight to my mama.
yeah. I mean, if she'd wanted to do a disappearing act and to,
Yeah, I feel like but here's the thing. Here's what I well, who knows if we'll ever find out. Was she sleeping and the work called her or was she getting ready for work and something was going on that had her so confused that she walked out and left the phone and didn't even turn around to bother to go get it? Like that's just the weird part. Or did she leave it behind and maybe she is going to ride off into the sunset and she's had enough? But I don't think that.
see, see, I don't think she'd do that because she's already lost a son to a boyfriend, a 3-year-old. She's not going to, in my opinion, um, she's not going to go and leave behind a 12-year-old as well. She's not going to lose both kids. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Oh, I don't think that's what she did. But is it like off the is it possible that she did? Absolutely. Do I think that's what she did? No.
I mean, it just doesn't sit with me if she's so cut about the little boy being with his dad and she's upset over that. She's not going to just up and leave of her own militia and leave a 12-year-old behind.
Exactly. And they just
Mm.
had that weekend together where she came back and she said she had a really nice time.
I mean,
So
the
let's go
only,
look at the maps where was going to work that day and where she was coming from.
yeah,
So basically, it was 9.3 miles from her house, and we'll go down there and take a look at it. And then, I mean, and there's probably a different way. Like, I mean, it seems ridiculous to go like that, right? It seems kind of better just to kind of just like
Yeah.
straight across.
I suppose it would depend on the traffic, which is which has got the least amount of
Exactly.
traffic.
Exactly. I mean, it does look like maybe it's all, but there's no way that you can't come down like something through here regardless. But this is where Kaz will tell you where I live. Like this to me, like this makes, I could never live in an area like this. Like this is so congested to me. It's like sardine cans.
Gen
Kaz,
H, we
tell them
don't
where I
know.
live.
Oh, Ma is currently living in the most picturesque part of the country, as far as I'm concerned. It's so lush and green with trees all around her and
Mountains.
in the mountains. It's gorgeous. But it is out in what I would call the boondocks.
So this
Gen
is the
H, we
house
don't
right
know
here.
why. Yeah, it's in the cul-de-sac.
2019. This is it right here. That's
Oh,
the house.
your Ma often takes me on road trips at strange times of the evening. So I've seen a lot of the countryside.
So, I mean, she's going to work, but is she going to work? I would love to know what's on her phone.
Oh, we would never know. But just out of curiosity, is there any, I mean, God forbid, and I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but like, I'm surely the police have checked if there was any accidents.
Her friend, we're gonna watch a news clip real quick with her friend. They actually said that they drove the route that she would have taken to work to see if they could have found her car, but they there was no sign of anything.
I mean, I'm just thinking, could she have had an accident, bumped her head, got a bit of amnesia? I'm just thinking of scenarios that could have happened. I mean, that's plausible.
I mean, look at Oakland Estates right there. Like this is where Chisme was over searching for Lena. Like this is so, like look at there's Lena's Road, Fredericksburg, right there.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. It's very close to where Lena was.
There's Lena's apartments right there.
Hmm.
There's the Sonic. There's the storage units. How do I know from just looking down at a map where that is scary?
We've been down there too often, that's why.
Look, the dog park where Lena went missing. Okay,
Back
focus,
up.
focus, Mark, focus, Mark. Back to the. I mean, she would have driven right down Fredericksburg if she took that route.
Mm.
And this is where she was working. Let's go back out to June 21. Oh, I think we're stuck in the parking lot now. Yeah, so this is where she worked in that building. Right? Oh, hi, right here.
I mean, one would hope that the police have checked. Yeah,
Okay,
Jen H. She did.
okay, for all the ladies in here. Okay, you're late. You got a part time. You got a temp job. They loved you so much. because you're a great worker. You get a job. It's the weekend that your son was taken away from you, so you're sad about that. But on top of that, you are also spending the weekend with the person that took the son away, that made you sad, and you told your mom that you had a good time. Everything went nice. Then the
Yeah.
next day you're fighting. Then the next day you you're late for your new job. You don't even call them when you wake up. They're calling and looking for you. You rush out of the house with no phone, no meds, no watch, and you have to know by a block down the road or something to go even look at your watch or something and know you don't have it. But you continue to go. What is driving you to go wherever it is you're going? Because you're not going to work,
Mm.
in my opinion. Did he
Yeah.
call
It's
and say something using the child and saying, "Hey,
how
there's
could a call?
something. Hey,
I
Andy
mean,
Cruz."
I mean, if if he did call, it'd be on her mobile phone. Any calls are going to be registered on a
Yep,
mobile
I
phone.
get that, but that's not what I'm asking. You being a mom, everyone else being a
Mm.
mom, like what would it take to leave on your first day of your permanent job with so flabbergasted and what, because you're running that late to work, you're just going to forget everything? Like, I just, and not even call, they're calling you.
Yeah, something has. I mean, like it was said, she was so excited about this job.
Exactly. Okay, so Kaz, why don't we jump into that one article with your sexy accent with the boyfriend being cleared and whatnot.
Sure.
And then after that, should we show him the family tree? No.
No, it's not even fractionally finished.
uh, right, Gen H? It's just kind of like, I mean, if okay, so if you're already running late to work and you know you're late and your boss knows you're late and they understand and you're on your way, and then you're like, oh shit, I forgot my phone, I forgot my watch. If you're already late, what would be so hard of a deal to turn back around and say, I I would have forgotten my head if it was attached to today's guys. I left my watch and my phone at home and my medicine. I'm gonna turn around, so probably be 10 minutes later than blah blah. But not even that. Like, that's just so bizarre to me. But we see her
Mm,
leaving alone on the ring cam.
mm.
And does she? I mean, I don't know. Something's just so weird
It's
about that.
just, it is. Alright, so this is the second part of the blog. On Facebook on Thursday, July 7th, 2022 at 12:52 p.m., 70-year-old Claudia desperately made a plea for people to pray for her missing daughter, Chrissy Lee Powell. And I quote, "My sweet daughter, Chrissy Lee, is missing. She left here Tuesday morning on her way to work. She never made it to work, and we haven't seen or heard from her since. If anybody has any information, please let me know. I love her and miss her, and keep us in your prayers." The City of Kerrville Police Department reports that San Antonio Police Department is trying to find the missing endangered adult, Christina Lee Powell. Authorities say that the 39-year-old has diagnosed medical conditions that require a doctor's care, without detailing what those medical conditions might be. However, SAPD has received information that Chrissy might be in the Kerrville area, which is about an hour's drive from where she was last seen, rushing out of a house, which we know she wasn't rushing, in the San Antonio on July 5th. It wasn't clear if the Kerrville sightings are fake leads or not. Claudia spoke to police on Wednesday, July 13th, 2022, and said they had certain tips. When I talked to the missing persons officer this morning, she said there were no new updates. They had some tips, people saying that they thought they saw her at a gas station, that they had to check it out, and it wasn't her car. A Ring doorbell video captured the last known images of Christina. wearing the dark pants, a long sleeve shirt, and what appears to be a white bag on her right shoulder, as she was seen leaving quickly out of the
Yes.
San Antonio home.
And watch the right hand when she comes out the door. Let me put this comment down. Okay, she's probably going for the keys, but like at
Yeah,
that point right there, you know, just like how you're forgetting a lot right there. You're just kind of going. She's definitely moving. I don't walk to my car that fast, but she's definitely kind of moving. But maybe on her way to work, she got a phone call that she needed to stop and deal with something with her child because she thought she did. And maybe she didn't tell the work that because she was afraid to say something because of the fact that it was her first day starting the job.
yeah. Chrissy has blonde, shoulder-length hair with brown eyes, is around 5'2" tall, and weighs approximately 120 pounds. She is right-handed. Police think she is driving a black 2020 Nissan Rogue SUV with Texas license plates P for Peter, Y for Yellow, J for Jack, 8564. If you have seen or may know the whereabouts of Christina Powell, please contact the San Antonio Police Department's Missing Persons Unit on 210 207 7660. Chrissy's argument the Sunday before she disappeared. This is per Fox News. Chrissy had an argument on Sunday, July 2nd,
This part.
2022, prior to going missing on Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. Yet a San Antonio Police Department spokesman told Fox News Digital on July 14th that the
Wait, Kat, one second, real fast. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the dates right in my head.
all
So
right,
you're
Chrissy had
saying
the argument on Sunday, July 2nd.
July 2nd,
She went missing on July 5th.
July the 5th, and that is a Tuesday.
Correct.
So the Saturday that would have been the weekend that was supposedly a nice weekend would have been July
July
2nd.
1st. July 1st, she
July
was
2nd.
with the father.
Okay.
Then she had the text argument on July 2nd. She went
Okay, so that was
missing.
a Friday. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah,
got it now in my mind. Okay.
all right. Then San Antonio Police Department said on Thursday, July 14th, that an unnamed man is obviously cooperating and is clearly not a person of interest.
Oh, bullshit.
Chrissy's family reported the argument that occurred between Chrissy and the dad of one of the children, but the police spokesperson did not name him as a suspect or persons of interest, adding, "We don't have any crime at this time," which is true.
That right there was kind of strange. Okay. So we are all assuming right now that the person that we're talking about is the father of the 3-year-olds, which we know that
Correct.
one of them is. But now this argument came with the father of one of her children. They didn't say the
Mm-hmm.
little one. But now we have to also remember back into the very first part that the mother says that she no longer spoke to neither ex
Of
husband.
a correct. So this is going to be the boyfriend.
So this has to be the father of the 3-year-olds. Okay.
Correct.
I'm just trying to make sure that because there's so much going on with the two ex-husbands,
Mm-hmm.
one does have a child with her, but then there's the boyfriend that is so mad because she ruined the unit. I don't
Yeah,
know why, but
absolutely.
that's just so weird to me.
Yeah.
The unit. You fucked up the unit.
Chrissy,
I see Malkovich doing that role. This is supposed to be a family unit, John Malkovich.
oh yeah, yeah,
Okay, one sec, Kaz. Maybe you can answer Pamela's question. There's yeah, there's two ex-husbands and an ex-boyfriend. One of
yeah,
the ex-husbands is the father of a 12-year-old.
correct. That's Powell.
Okay, yes, pal. And there's a boyfriend that is the father of the 3-year-old that he walked out with a year ago and has been raising that child. but he is also the one that is mad at her because she ruined the family unit. R2D2, you've ruined the unit.
It
CP3 is
sounds
going to come
very
through.
controlling, that. I mean, and very heartless. And
Yes,
it's more Stepford. Now, this bit of information is very, atypical of an adult missing person. Chrissy's mum reported her daughter missing on July 6th, but it took 2 to 3 days later for officials to release a missing persons flyer. Tracing Chrissy's most likely trek to a job did not uncover any signs of an accident. According to the Daily Mail, a missing person flyer issued by SAPD for Christina is dated July 9th, 3 days after Christina's mum first contacted police and 4 days after Christina was last seen. So she'd been gone 4 days already.
that
That's a
is
long time.
insanity. Insanity.
That's a long time. A lot can happen in 4 days. A police officer visited Christina's home and to talk to Claudia after reporting Chrissy. Oh, I screwed that up. I'm sorry. A police officer visited Claudia's home to talk with her after reporting Chrissy's missing, but then it took 2 or 3 more days for her daughter to be officially classified as missing, and that is because she's an adult. Because it's, she can leave if she wants to. There's nothing against the law for her to leave. Claudia admitted to Fox News Digital on Wednesday, July 13th, that she doesn't think Chrissy's ex, the dad of her 3-year-old son, is involved. Even though Chrissy and her ex argued on Sunday, Claudia said, police have checked him out. They don't think he's involved. He wanted to be a family unit again.
Did you hear
And
that keyword?
yeah,
They
family unit.
don't think.
Yes.
Hmm. Yes, you. I love how
And
they always say that. That it's not a person of interest, and 3 weeks later, yeah, that person of no interest killed his whole entire family.
mm,
But I think they do
yeah.
it just to give them a little bit of a leeway to think, oh, I'm not a person of interest.
He wanted to be a family unit again, and he was blaming her for them not being together anymore. I don't think he was involved. Chrissy had told me that they had a wonderful visit on Saturday, but they argued on Sunday. Claudia said Chrissy and her ex saw each other quite often, as often as
See?
once per week. Claudia had talked to her daughter's ex in the wake of Chrissy's disappearance, but the man in question is not talking to Fox News Digital when they reached out for a comment. According to Fox News, SAPD states there is no evidence to support any claims of foul play. Detectives have contacted several individuals who know Ms. Powell, and all have been cooperative. And again, anyone who may have any information on the whereabouts, please call San Antonio Missing Persons Unit. Meanwhile,
They
Chrissy's
always say that. It's all. I get why they say it, but well, there's. I personally do not think that she just drove away. I think there's something going on with the family unit boy, and I'm
yeah,
going to dig into your little background, boy.
yeah. When the law office called the house, um, Claudia said her grandson, that's Chrissy's eldest son, answered the when they came to the house. I mean, her grandson answered the door, and the lady said, "Is your mum there?" And he said, "No, she's at work." And he went and checked, and of course, she wasn't there. Oddly enough, Chrissy left her iPhone on the bathroom counter, medication, and an Apple Watch at home when she left in a hurry that morning. The drive to Chrissy's office should have only taken approximately 15 minutes or so, but she never showed up. It's really, and
Hmm.
that just goes in again about the Lord. They're just repeating themselves.
Oh, welcome, Jen. Welcome.
Oh, welcome, Jen. And then we go into Lauren Perez. Now, Lauren Perez has been a long time friend um, of
Yes, I have a little interview with her talking in front of the house.
yeah, of Chrissy's. And this is some of the posts that she's put up onto Facebook, and it just reiterates um, everything that's been said before. Above just shows the route that she took.
Junie,
We don't know where the ex was that morning. I assume the police have asked that question of him. Um, because that would have been the first question that they would have asked. Where were you at the time that Chrissy had?
I'm not sure how well her cell phone. I mean, she left the phone at home. Like, there's nothing to track her with. The car has no tracking. The phone has no tracking. Got to figure out where he was. But it's just so weird if she was on her way to work. What would
Mm,
cause you just to like totally realize, okay, my phone's at home, my watch is at home, my meds are at home, but what is it that she was going to maybe do on her way to work? Like maybe something was going on that she thought she was going to take care of on the way to work.
mm, I don't know.
We're going to have to definitely stay on
Do
top of
some
this
more
one. I'm going to
research.
reach out to her mom tomorrow and see if she talks to me.
Yeah. So that's what we have so far on.
Welcome, Jen. I'm going to get Jen a Discord link. So, what do you guys think? And then we'll wrap it up from there. Oh, let me play. Let's just go ahead. This is a very short interview, but it's her good friend. Let me share my screen.
Be right back.
Go Pate. She's so cute. Like, what a shame. Let me pause this for round and round we go. Oh, it might be loaded by the time Kaz gets back. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope. Fooled ya. Wow.
If you suffer from bleeding gums, bad breath, cavity,
All right, let me wait. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, let's wait for Kaz to get back. There's a lot around. Junie, there's like, did you see on the map where she's at? She like, it's a very, very populated area. I mean, there has to be cameras on the intersections. There's probably cameras on, like, I mean, we can go back and look at it again real quick. Like, it is congested. Let's just go and look at her street. Like, there's, even though it's a couple of years back,
What are we looking for?
Junie and asking about if there
Oh, gas
are,
stations.
yeah, there's got to be like, not only gas stations, but there's got to be cams everywhere. I mean, look at the houses. It's like, holy shit. Like, look at this.
There's a lot. Oh,
And
it is
she
suburbia.
is right there. I mean, there's got to be. I mean, let's just not even go onto her street. Like, she's in a cul-de-sac, so she's got to come out. I mean, let's just say she even went this way. I mean, I'm look at it's just so congested.
Yeah, Junie, that is a possibility. A car could have got jacked.
It's just very congested.
Unfortunately, that is a possibility in this day and age.
But I bet there's a lot of houses on these roads. Let's see what kind of year we can get into. Oh, look at 2020 that have security. Oh, look, cameras.
Yeah.
And she lives right. Oh, look at a police officer lives right here. And she lives around this corner. I mean, there's probably cameras on. See, they chose to have their house grayed out. You can actually do that if you don't want your house on Google. You can call them and say, take me off of the maps, and they'll blur it out like that. But there's got to be a lot of cameras in this neighborhood. Okay, let's watch this video, guys, and we are going to wrap it up because the 747 is killing me. She could have been carjacked. She could have had to, considering that she just had an argument the day before with the little one's father. I mean, maybe he said to meet on the way to work and they were fighting before she left for work. And I mean, we just don't know. But I have a feeling that he's in the mix somehow. I don't know why, but usually it kind of works out like that. I hope the volume's on, Kaz. Tell me if you can hear this. I can't even hear it. Hang on.
I don't know, Jen H. I'm going to try.
Where is. Oh, there it is.
Her home that morning. Police in San Antonio searching for answers.
One more time.
Texas now. Police in San Antonio searching for answers in the case of a missing mom, Christina Powell. Last seen on the 5th of July. Here she is. Video from a Ring doorbell shows her leaving her home that morning shortly after calling her law office to say that she was running late. Casey Stiegel picks up the story from there in Dallas. Casey.
Yeah, Bill, good morning. After she made that phone call to her employer saying that she was on her way, Christina or Chrissy Powell never made it. A coworker showed up at her house later that afternoon asking where she was, which confused her family because they thought the 39-year-old paralegal was at work. Her doorbell camera captured the moment she sprinted out the door just after 10:30 in the morning on July 5th, jumping in her black Nissan Rogue and pulling away. It's the last time anyone has seen or heard from her.
Just been really hard to kind of wrap our minds around where she might be, what could have happened. And she's not just a friend, she's a sister.
Now, Chrissy Powell lives with her mom, who says nothing seemed out of the ordinary leading up to that day, but because she was running so late when she left the house, she left her cell phone and smartwatch behind. San Antonio police say she also does not have her medication, which they say is required for a diagnosed medical condition. Her family also tells Fox that no funds have been withdrawn from her bank account since she vanished. Christina Powell has 2 children, ages 12 and 3. If you have any information, San Antonio Police, Bill, would like to hear from you.
Well, good mystery. Thanks. Casey Stiegel in Dallas.
A very interesting little mystery.
You're welcome, Jen.
I think we are just going to have to see where it goes.
Yeah.
But I did leave Heidi Plank's ex-husband Jim Wayne a message. Hopefully he'll get back to me. If he can give us any updates or anything new he can tell us.
Yeah, unfortunately, I looked nearly every week because I gave up every day because there was nothing happening.
I know, but we can't let Heidi Plank be forgotten about.
Oh no, absolutely not. But you can't give information when there's none, unfortunately.
I know, but we're getting ready to come up on our
Yearly review.
yeah. You know what? Let me do it. Let's show them the little the little preview of the little picture. It's crazy. We've only taken off. How many have we taken
Two.
off? Two. We've taken off two, and we've added.
Don't don't
Um,
don't tell them how many we've added to crikey. It's sad how many we've added. We're running out of room.
yeah. It's like you keep adding and you keep adding, and you don't take anything off. I might not even remember where I put it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be doing it soon anyway.
Yeah.
We'll just have to do some more work
But
on it.
all the cases that we followed, like when we did the end of the year case update, we've taken off two people. One was a happy ending, little Cleo, with
Mm-hmm.
her doll collector. And then, of course, a sad one that was found was Brendan Santos, the little boy that went to the Michigan game and ended up in the Red River or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've added a few more. And I think that this poor woman right here, hopefully they'll find her and she just decided to take off to clear her head for things, but I'm just not feeling that is what happened. But we'll see where it goes.
We sure will.
All right, thank you guys for coming in. Stay safe, guys, and keep your babies safe and stay vigilant. Kaz, thank you like always.
Thank you, my darling, and thank you to all our mods.
And now we are going to go dig into this baby daddy and see what kind of things we can find.
Sure.
Ta ta, everyone. Have a good night, guys.
Cheerio and tip tip.
Cheerio. Oh, cheerio.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.